Hey guys, welcome to Last Movie Standing. Today I want to talk about one of my favorite modern day 80s movies from 2011. Take Me Home Tonight. We live in a day now where the 80s nostalgia is almost peaked out. We're just now getting into like more than 90s stuff, but the 80s stuff is still insanely popular. And there are things like Stranger Things that really helped escalate that. And we went through a time period where 80s was just like, it was like the thing. And this is just between like, I would say 2018, 17, 18 to now, you know? But there was a movie called Take Me Home Tonight, which I feel captures the 80s vibe and feel better than any of those. Because most of those other ones are playing off of, 80s movies growing up instead of just like the 80s itself. Take Me Home Tonight is about a house party on a Friday night. And that's basically it. The whole movie takes place on one day. And it is awesome. And a fun fact, this movie was actually shelved for like 4 years. 4 or 5 years, I can't remember. So Topher Grace wrote this movie and they made it independently. And they could not get a distributor to release it. Take Me Home Tonight was saved by Ron. Did Ron Howard and Brian Graysner save it? I'll put it in here. Yes or no? I think they were the ones. I know Brian Grazer had a thing to do with it, but the studios didn't want to release it how it was. They wanted them to cut all the drug use out. All the stuff with the... I don't want to say it because of YouTube. But all those scenes, they wanted cut, and Topher Grace and them refused to cut it. Absolutely refused. And they released the movie, and I don't know if it was a big hit, but I don't know. This movie it's so good. You got Anna Faris, which is crazy enough, and I love Anna Faris. They dressed her down in this movie because, you watch her in basically anything of that time period. The Scary Movies, the House Bunny, like Just Friends. She's gorgeous, and she's pretty in this, but they dressed her way down. Darker hair, overdone lipstick, and Chris Pratt is in this movie. Like, I think they were married I can't remember if they were married at this time or they were just about to be married.
I think that she is one hell of a chick because she turned a lump of coal like me into a diamond. From all the pressure she put me under.
They play a couple in this, which is really cool. Topher Grace and Anna Faris play twin brother and sisters, which is kind of funny.
Oh my God, I've been hearing this story since we shared our mother's uterus. Oh, and by the way, did you even have the balls to ask her out after that? I can't recall.
No, but only because I never had my in. Don't do this. Hey, come on.
How do you always know what I'm gonna say? Fuck!
You guys are really freaking me out with that twin shit.
I wish they had a little bit more interaction to it, but the shining star of this movie is definitely, I wouldn't even say Topher Grace. What's his name? His friend, the big guy, Dan Folger.
I'm gonna swallow you whole, son.
If you don't mind, that would be fantastic. I mean, suck my dick. Bitch.
Yeah.
Dude. This dude is so good in this movie. And you got Michael Biehn from Terminator playing Topher Grace's dad. So good.
It couldn't be any worse.
Put your hands in the air!
I was wrong. Now it couldn't be any worse.
Matthew?
Wow, wrong again.
And when it comes to any 80s movie, the music is usually a standing highlight to it, obviously. I mean, and this one's got a banger soundtrack. Absolute banger soundtrack. I mean, even down to NWA. The scene where Topher Grace and Dan are in the car, they just steal the Mercedes from the dealership, and they're in the car singing NWA. So good. So good. But the love story. Now, you guys know me. I'm I very much love romantic comedies. I love raunchy comedies. I love love stories. And I really like the love story in this. Because the older you get, the more you can relate to it. I mean, this came out in 2011. I had already been out of high school for over 5 years at that point. So the movie takes place, it's like the high school reunion, kind of like a high school, not even that much, but it's a bunch of people home for the summer, and it's high school friends, and they're throwing this big last bash party of the year. Topher Grace works at Suncoast Video. Crazy nostalgia seeing Suncoast Video. Opening credits with the whole, like, the main girl, Teresa Palmer, walking through the mall. So good. You know, as a video nerd, as a movie nerd, you see the hot girl walking through the video store and you want to impress her, right? It's so relatable. But he lies because he's ashamed.
So what have you been doing? Building jetpacks?
No, I work at Goldman Sachs.
No, you don't. No way you work there.
No, I do. I work in Asian takeovers.
That's funny. Because you know where I work? Goldman fucking Sachs. You don't work there.
Look, do you know Tori Frederiking?
Yeah, I know her.
Well, if you see her, could you show her this? Tell her I work at Goldman Sachs?
Wow. That's pathetic, dude.
Of what he does. He works at Suncoast Video, but he's this really smart, like, should be at MIT, but he doesn't want to do that life. He doesn't know what he wants, and his dad keeps getting on him and on him and on him.
I swear to God, I'll get an engineering job, Dad.
But you don't want an engineering job, Matthew.
I'll do whatever you want me to do.
But what do you want?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know, okay? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just messed up, okay? I don't know what I want to do, and I'm sorry I'm such a fucking failure.
You haven't really failed, son. Because you haven't really tried to succeed. So don't credit yourself as a failure.
It's so good, the relationship. And then you see it at the very end when he sees what his son did, and he just, with the car in the pool, and he's just like, he has this smile on his face. It's so good. But one of my favorite scenes is the scene where Teresa Palmer and Topher Grace, like, I was gonna say kiss for the first time, but have sex. They have sex on a trampoline, and they basically break into some random person's house backyard. It's very reminiscent of, like, The Girl Next Door, you know, where they go to the pool and everything. This one it's more of a trampoline kind of thing. And one of my favorite parts is when they're in the car driving to another party, and they're having the boob discussion. They're like, I can tell when you're looking, and she looks away, and he looks, and she just knows. Like, it's like little charming moments. But the whole montage at the beginning with as soon as the needle drops and people are getting ready, I can't play the song. I'll play the clip because music will get flagged way faster on YouTube than video clips will. But that montage, if you're not hooked in from that, like, just a movie I wanted to talk about because I feel like there's so many great 80s movies, modern 80s movies made today that feel like cash grabs, nostalgic cash grabs. And I feel like this was made way more in a time where they just loved the genre, the music, and the time period. And at the time, it wasn't getting the love it is now. They made this in like 2007. I think 2007 or 8 is when they made the movie. But it didn't release until 2011. They weren't really making a lot of 80s movies back then. It was almost like a forgotten thing, you know, back in the early 2000s. And they didn't really do this for the cash grab. They did this because they loved it so much that they let it sit and get shelved for 4 years, shopping it around, trying to get out of their deal with their current distributor, who would not release it how it was. They refused to take out scenes because they respected the material so much. That shows in the movie, too. You know, you can just tell that they made this out of love. And then you got just little scenes, like none of it feels like it's nostalgia bait. It doesn't feel like, when you watch Stranger Things and you're like, oh, they're on the bikes. Those are the ET bikes. Oh, they're doing this and doing, I guess Stranger Things didn't click with me as it did so many other people. But I feel like a lot of 80s stuff is just nostalgia bait now, where back when this movie was made, it was just made with love. And to me, it shows. To me, this is the best modern day 80s movie ever made. And I say modern day, made between in the past, I want to say 20 years. This movie is honestly almost 20 years old from the time it was made. So it's almost 20 years old, about 15 years at this point. I don't know. It's just a movie that I can watch any time of the year, and it just makes me feel good. This is a very feel-good movie for me. It hits all the right spots. One of my favorite scenes in the movie is when Dan gets, he's on drugs and he goes to the party, and he has a dance-off with this 80s super rad breakdancing, yeah, boy.
Yeah. What's up? You wanna dance? Let's go. Let's see what you got, boy.
He's the actor from Step Up 2. He's the lead actor in Step Up 2. And he's been in a few things. He was also in She's the Man. He was the original boyfriend that Channing Tatum, like Channing Tatum's enemy in it. He plays the 80s beat bopping, rad guy in the movie who Barry just kicks in the nuts at the party.
Oh! Fucking A, Barry.
Come on, you guys. We are adults. Fine. It's over. Don't do it again, white boy. Here. God damn it, Barry.
And the girl from, what's her name? Melissa or Michelle something. She was the girl from Eurotrip and Princess Diaries. She played a goth chick, and I swear to God, probably the hottest goth chick you've ever seen. She is so gorgeous in this movie. It's crazy. And she's got the smallest little part in it.
Did you want to get naked?
Wow. That was fast. Even for me, and I get naked all the time.
What was another scene? The scene, so it's got the girl from Tokyo Drift in this movie too, and there's the scene where they're going to the other party, and Barry, the big guy, is like, hey, you guys want to drive with me? And they're like, no. And he's like,
Hey. I guess I'm riding with you guys.
I don't know.
I have cocaine on me.
Can I ride in the back with you, Barry?
Yeah.
and the girls turn around like, can I drive with you? Perfect. Great writing right there. Great writing, great execution. Just like little things like that. Just make the movie so fun. I don't know. I love this movie. Wanted to talk about it. Wanted to remind people that there are great 80s movies made before the big boom of just cash grab nostalgia movies. So if you're into Take Me Home Tonight, I would say jump on it. Like, rewatch it. If you don't own the Blu-ray and you're looking for it, don't go to Amazon. Amazon's price jacked to like $30 now. It's ridiculous for this Blu-ray, because this is Fox. Not to feed FOMO, even though that's what this statement is about to be, is feed FOMO. This is a Fox Blu-ray. So, yeah, take that how you will, because they're not making any more of those. So, technically, it's out of print. But you can find, like, these are on eBay now for like $6 or $7. On Amazon, it's like $30. So, I'm sure you can find it thrift storing, but if you just have the DVD, I very highly recommend on upgrading this just while you can. Not saying you need to upgrade this, but if you're looking for it, I would say sooner than later, just because Fox movies do have a tendency to slowly raise the price, because they're not really making it. Fox Studios doesn't technically exist. It's under Disney. And unless this gets a $60 steelbook from Sony, I don't know. But yeah, what do you guys think? Have y'all seen Take Me Home Tonight? Do y'all love Take Me Home Tonight? Let me know.